Okay.
Okay.
I'll do the introduction here. Welcome to the next episode of Comedy Guy. we got an excellent conversation today. I have an old friend of mine, Riina Ries here, and her colleague Tiina-Mall Vannastu, and they are basically vibrator saleswomen. That's what you do. You're on the street hawking vibrators. That's it, right? That's
correct. You got it. Yes, finally somebody understood what we're doing.
Really cutting through the business
The core
plan.
essence.
Yes.
Flogging vibrators. No, they run a company and a brand called Naked Love, and it's all about not just selling a vibrator. It's about showing body positivity, sexual positivity, and educating and helping young people, particularly young women in Estonia, around these issues, because we still got a way to go in this place. So Tiina and Riina, you sound like a 70s band, right? There's literally there's a singer in Australia called Tiina-Arina, and I keep thinking of you too.
We have to listen to it.
Right?
Yeah.
Tiina-Arina.
Yeah.
Okay. Mental note.
Right, here we go. So Naked Love. Okay, so it's an Estonian online store.
Yes.
And I guess give us the background. I mean, give us what is Naked Love first of all from your far more eloquent words.
Would you like to say?
Well, so as you said, Naked Love is a sex-positive brand, also known as a small e-shop that sells vibrators and vibrator, actually. So we only have just one main product still, and some socks also. And now we have a book even. But all in all, our agenda and why we started all of this is to normalize female pleasure. And yeah, I know, sorry guys, but we say sex positivity, we are not saying no to guys, but we just want to emphasize women. So yeah.
I think that's totally fine. And I think that already, the way that you already have to access that speaks to the frail male egos who are like, well, it's not for me. What the fuck this? Guys, yeah, stick it up your bum. I don't know, do something with it. But sorry.
Yeah,
frail male
actually,
egos.
no, but in the beginning, we had so many conversations about like, Riina, but I still want them to understand that we are not against men.
And every now and then we think that we're quite inclusive, and our message is understood as inclusive. And then every now and then we get some messages from men, what like those fragile messages. So then we understand that there's still a long way to go.
That's so interesting that there are people out there that just that thing exists. They somehow feel this is, I don't know, a threat to them, or they got a comment on it.
Yeah, it's just saying like, oh, if you say that you're so inclusive, then why are you saying this? This is like excluding men. But we're like, yeah, but this concrete subject, this is like actually just about women. Like sometimes some things are just about women, like some things are just about men. So it's been really interesting. We're learning daily, basically.
Yeah, and it's not about like we are going to get there. Like it's about. I think we even wrote to a person that it's not about men, as Riina said, and actually we are both suffering, men and women, from the. I don't know how to say it in
patriarchy.
Like, patriarchy, but like the big hit of patriarchy still in nowadays, and it's basically fingering us all in every corner still. And I think there should be, we should already be somewhere where we can joke about sex, sexuality, whatever, so people don't get hurt. But we understood that there is still such a big road to go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're taking these steps along. So I guess break down the company for us. So you sell the gift boxes, which include the vibrators, the socks. I saw the book. That was very nice. So you're not just these vibrator saleswomen. It's actually the whole package that goes around this stuff. I guess, I mean, I don't know, maybe you want to start at the origin story. Where did you come up with this idea?
Yeah. So this 2019 was a great year for me personally. I was living in half time in London, half time in Tallinn. I was doing amazing projects, and I was like, I was full of everything is possible energy and full of like new ideas. And I was like, okay, everything is going great. I was like unicorns and rainbows vibe. And then Corona happened.
Mm-hmm.
And for me personally, everything collapsed because normally I work in music industry. So I started to listen to a lot of podcasts, and during because I think it was just like I was trying to escape my everyday life basically. And in the evenings and afternoons, when Tiina-Mall's workday was done, then we were walking because it was also that time when we all had really small bubbles. So our bubble included of like 6 people basically.
Maximum.
Yeah, like including her boyfriend and I don't know, my mom. So it was just a very, very small bubble. And in the evenings we were walking and talking about everything. We were talking about podcasts that I had listened during the day, and we were discussing different subjects and ideas and concepts and so on.
Riina, we were talking about sex and, and relationships.
Fine. We're also talking about, for example, sex shops and how they are like kind of scary places. You have a lot of products, but you have very little know-how and like information what to do with those products. And porn can't be your guidebook how to use sex toys. Or
shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be. No,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be a guide for anything.
Yeah.
It should be a guide for jacking off and then doing something else the other day. That's where it should end.
Yeah, true.
And so we're talking about like, would it be possible to make a sex shop with one product and a lot of information? And then we're standing on the street corner talking about it. And Tiina-Mall somehow thought that this could work and it's a good idea. So we bought a bottle of wine, went to her place and started to Google and talk about it, write the idea down. And we were drinking and writing and talking and talking. And next morning, it still seemed like a good idea. Because, you know, many times you have those ideas. In the evening, you're like, oh, we're going to change the world. And next day, you're like, oh, what was that?
It was the wine usually.
Yeah. But this time we had little wine and a lot of idea. So so we got to work.
Yeah, that's how we started. And I think even one of our main idea was when we were talking about other sex shops that when you open an e-store, typically it seems like there will be like 100 or 1,000 dildos that will just like jump to your face, like boom, buy us, use us, the bigger, the better. We were like, this shit is scary.
It is scary.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make a friendly sex shop.
Exactly.
Right. So this was from the beginning. You were like, we need like minimal, at least minimal products. Okay, that was the theory.
Because we wanted to do it like A level, B level, C level, whatever, but we need to start somewhere. And then when we wrote these ideas down, we were like, okay, so what do we know about female sexuality? And then we like brainstormed and we understood that there is a word that's super important, but was kind of uncomfortable in the beginning. So we were like, what about the clitoris? Like, what? Well, like vagina is like okay, but like what about the clitoris? And Riina is like, yes, okay.
I have heard about it.
So we were like, okay, we need to take this into like the main subject of our first thing, because girls, women, like more than 70% of our kind need clitoris stimulation to get an orgasm. Or to even enjoy like the pleasurable sexual act. And if we are afraid, or not afraid, but like ashamed, at least not comfortable of saying out the word, what the hell, we have a problem.
Yeah, it's exactly like you can't even express yourself.
Exactly.
So it's basically, our idea has been, it's like video game. So you start from level A and then you go from there. You know, even if you manage to hack yourself to the final level, then like from the beginning, then you don't know what to do there. You don't know what the
You
buttons
will be
do.
lost.
You won't enjoy it.
Right.
So you start from the beginning and you slowly go from there and you learn. And that's the main thing. Learning to know yourself because...
And actually, that's where the name came also. Naked love. It's not just let's get naked, girls. It's about love, self-love. And we understood how little we love each other, like ourselves. And it's been a journey for ourselves also, not just the corona story, but like story to our own sexuality. And I think I have never ever talked so much about sex with my friends, my mom, like literally everyone.
And it's, you can see, or we can see how the fact that we're doing this shop has changed people around us. There's so many, there's like, I went to a Halloween party and in
a vibrator costume, I hope.
yeah, no, but it was right before we opened the shop, and my friend who was hosting the party, she was telling everyone like, "This is Riina, and she has this really cool new idea. Talk." I was like, "Hello, I'm Riina, and I'm opening a sex shop." And then there was a bunch of women sitting around me, and they were all talking to me, kind of, even not with me. They were just talking about sex and their sex life, and it seemed like they really needed to express themselves. And that was the moment when I understood that there's so little conversation because everybody feels that it's an uncomfortable subject, so they don't want to talk about it. But if somebody tells them that it's okay to talk about it, they're like, oh, finally, okay, so I have this thing. And so this was very eye-opening experience.
And I think it's something even to do with our language. It's like super harsh. Somewhere, like in English, everything like love and I don't know, vagina, and everything is so like smooth and normal. But in Estonia, and I think it was the same thing with Germans. Actually, we're like pum pum pum. So you're like armastus, like oh shit, sex, vagina, tup, damn, no more harsh words. So yeah.
And it's also been like a lot about translating and finding the words.
Oh yeah,
that's a struggle.
Don't get me started. Try to translate squirting in Estonian, and actually to get to know using Estonian words where to the
liquid comes from.
Ejaculates. Yeah. Well, basically, we included an expert, and we still we couldn't even put our finger on it, like where does it exactly ejaculate, because we understood that it's not about us and our bad Googling skills and reading books, but it's just all the medical field hasn't decided yet.
Wow. So okay, and I imagine...
And this one isn't even about Estonia, this is like
no,
worldwide thing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Oh, really? Why
Yes.
is it? How the worldwide thing? Wait, I understand the Estonian translation thing.
No.
No,
This
no.
one actually, she just mixed and matched the two
okay,
things.
right.
Yeah.
But this one is actually a worldwide thing. And fun fact, this is about squirting, that they still don't know how it's exactly happening and where
But they
it comes.
haven't agreed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are
Medical
many
science,
theories.
right?
Yeah.
How it actually
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
But another thing, like fun fact, which we learned earlier on, was that clitoris was like they understood how it looks like in 1998.
Okay.
And it was the same year when Viagra got its FDA approval.
Yeah, right.
So, you know.
We know more about the surface of the moon
Yeah.
than we do
Exactly.
about the
Yeah.
clitoris.
Yeah.
But with coming back to the idea of like defining the word in Estonian, because I don't know if you remember back in the day, that's what we had to do with stand-up comedy. And well, I remember our process was I kind of understood very clearly then that we need to set the precedent. I wasn't going to let everyone else decide. And so we decided to make it stand-up comedia. Now, because this is some acceptable thing to do in public, then the language board got onto it, which I guess I should take as a compliment that the language board felt they needed to rule. And the ruling was that it was actually pusti alla commedia, which I think is a horrible word for what we do. And, you know, but because we were something that could be talked about, then the board could make a ruling on it at least. And then that was still enough for us. I mean, we still decided we're going to call it stand-up. And in fact, we even used that distinction to our advantage and said, whatever, when the actor does the theatre play, that's pusti alla commedia. What we do over here, that's stand-up.
Okay.
But you don't even get, I imagine the language board is not going to touch this issue.
I don't think so. I think they will stay far away. I don't know. We'll see. But
I think we'll see, but we have a little, I don't know how to express it, but maybe a loophole, or we have our... So when we started, we were like, okay, Tiina and Riina, or the Australian version of the Tiina, Riina, what was it? That we need to include experts. Because otherwise we would just be two girls Googling and thinking that now we are talking about sex and we don't know shit about sex. So we actually, our webpage designer got us together with the most amazing human being there is out there, and it's she's Kristina Birk-Vellemaa, who is our co-creator for the blog. She's amazing, and besides that, she's one of a kind and an expert, truly an expert in the field of sex education here in Estonia. So when we are lost, we contact her. We do it a lot. So we're like, Kristina, can you please check our copies? Are we like lying, a little bit lying, exaggerating, or are we more or less
on point?
Yeah. So she's our moral and compass. Factual compass.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out. I've had Kristina on the podcast before.
Perfect.
We've talked a while back as well. So I think we were talking about male sex porn addiction, and I want to get through that issue, which is another issue because I can't believe you're not talking about men's issues, girls. Someone has to do it over here. Oh, you so offend me that you don't only talk about your own things. So she's fantastic. I absolutely agree. And so she's someone, I mean, she can go back and say, hey, this word has already been commonly used in this way or in this phrasing or something. So was there a commonly agreed word for squirting or not?
No. That's where where we contact her. I'm like, Kristina, I'm reading this and then I'm reading this and then I'm reading this, but there is no common ground. What the hell? Am I stupid? She was like, yeah, probably, yeah. Okay. I hope that was a joke. But but then she was like, Tiina-Mall, that's the point, that all the medical books and the scientific side hasn't really decided yet on the female sexuality. So I think we need another 20, let's hope 5 years to get our facts straight about female pleasure, orgasm, and even our
anatomy.
Yes, thank you.
The piping. The plumbing.
Sorry. Thank you.
But we have a word in English for squirting, so you don't get one in Estonian, or what did you settle on?
We stayed with
Squirt.
Yeah.
Squirt. Okay, keeping in there.
So, but we're using a lot of Estonglish
Oh,
because,
we try to keep it as much as we can in Estonian, but I think we have apologized already many times that, sorry guys, we are using Estonglish.
Right.
And that was something we agreed at the very beginning that this is something that we're going to do. And
sorry, all the language Nazis.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not sorry. We're apologizing, but we're not sorry.
It's got to be hard to know what to do, like especially when words have been created in the last, commonly used, let's say, in the last 20 to 30 years. Like which language owns them now? If we're all talking on the internet all the time, which language does a word come from anymore? So to have to sort of force yourself to make these new words for the language can often like might even go against your goal, which is like, well, in my example, pussy yellow comedian. Nobody wants to fucking say that word at all. Like people don't want to say. If you come up with some abstract word for squirting, well, it's not going to be used. And then what's the use of it if language doesn't reflect what people actually say?
Exactly.
But we help our poor language skills with really cool visuals. So another super thanks goes to our designer, Pia Martin. She's been amazing, and she's been with on our journey from the beginning.
Yeah.
And all the visuals, because our brand is super visual actually. Our Instagram account is yes, Naked Love Official. Yes, people. It's about we have all kind of different body types, vaginas. She has illustrated almost.
She's amazing that we come up with an idea and we're like, so this time please illustrate sex positivity. And she's like, now it's asexuality. Okay. And then she gets to work. So she has been amazing. And she has done also our website and all the our whole visual identity basically.
And it looks great. So what was the website again?
Nakedlove.ee is the web shop and our blog, and Instagram is Naked Love Official. So the thing with actually Instagram get me.
Now
Here
we're
we go.
going there. Oh,
Here we go. The difficulties that you faced along the way.
yes,
Okay.
hello.
Because we can't do any ads and we can't do any boosted posts. So we only work on organic reach, so we have to create content that people actually care about, because otherwise we can't spread our message. So it has been like our blessing and our curse, because we can't be like lazy. We have to keep on creating and thinking,
And we can't do what we actually do, that is a commonly called marketing. So
anything basically sex related, it just gets cut off. It's just you're out.
and it's going worse and worse. I think almost every month for something in Instagram. So they have been banning and shadow posting everything that is related to sexuality, sex education, and I think the only thing that is allowed is how do you say?
I'm trying to
preservatives.
Everything that has anything to do with like family planning and all that.
Family planning.
Okay.
So that is okay. But anything that's about
sex positivity, well, that's a no.
That's a no.
And pleasure, that's no.
Sex education, that was actually our last post, I think, and definitely it was shadow banned because there were so few views. So
I mean, there's so many factors of that we're all aware of, and I know I was joking before. I know you're not the Estonian only fans worrying about the big banking coming down at you, but it's an example anyway that there are big companies out there, big forces that don't want to talk about sex, whatever you might think of OnlyFans, positive or not. There's clearly forces out there, particularly in the financial industry, that want to stop this for some fucking reason. I'm not entirely sure.
That is so surreal. Like why don't you want to talk about it nowadays, living in Europe, in a very liberal country?
It would be interesting to know, is it the algorithm not working it out or something? Like, is it that the algorithm, I don't know, I don't believe the algorithm's that stupid.
Actually, we have been it's a bit funny, but we still have tried. We have substituted, for example, some letters with numbers when we're talking about sex, for example, or some other words, and it even works.
It does work.
Yeah, it does work a bit. Yeah, it seems like so.
So you've got to do,
Yeah, because this time we didn't do it.
Yep.
And then it
because when Riina doesn't see our post, there's something wrong.
Right, okay. Because how would you know? That's exactly. We're at the whim of these algorithms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The whole world is this arbitrator. As much as I know you've got, maybe we'll get to the banking story. We'll come to that. But at least that was a person. At least that was a person who made a decision against you. Now it's the algorithm. What the fuck is the algorithm?
And you can't argue with the algorithm. being like, you can't reason with it. So
Usually as a marketer, I would say that algorithm is really a shitty excuse for a shitty content. But in our case, the sex banning and that's real. So super exhausting.
So you've got to work on more offline stuff.
Yeah.
As well as your viral.
Yeah.
But they sort of like do not ban it. So when people spread it and share it, then it works.
Okay.
It like definitely works.
All right.
So
yeah. So we're really grateful to all our
Community.
community members who have shared our posts, which they do quite a lot.
And actually maybe a huge shout out to our community that's still small but super cute and super engaged. When we started with Naked Love Instagram stories, we with every subject we create some polls, questions, yada yada yada. And in the beginning, when we did sort of open questions, there were like 0 answers, and I was like, Riina, shall I put the first answer? Riina is like, it's a bit weird, but okay. I'm like, okay, I will put my honest answer, me as Tiina-Mall. So I wrote my answer. I was like, okay, I'm going to post my answer. Fuck it. Put it online. And then like, bim, 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 bim. I was like, okay. And now we have hundreds and hundreds of answers of women. And they're so open and honest. And sometimes when I view them, when I read them, sorry, because we cannot post them, all of them anymore, but repost them. But we're so like humbled that people are willing to share like their honest experiences and thoughts around sex. So thank you all.
And also like sometimes giving tips to other people and so on. So
Exactly.
they're just like very engaged and very
Tips
it's
to
also
us
and
also.
tips to us.
Yeah.
And it's just a very warm community. For example, like even if people have problems with their vibrators and they email us, they're like sweet emails.
Yeah, sure.
And
Yes.
it's just like, this isn't like your usual customer service experience when the customers come like, everything is shit and your
Right.
brand is shit.
You
so
and
on.
I sell
Like,
tickets. We've been
Yeah.
on the other end of
Yes.
that scenario, sure.
and especially right now when I'm like dealing with all that stuff, just going home to Naked Love in the evening and being like answering to those emails, I'm just like so heartwarmed and so grateful to these people that they're so like understanding and supportive.
Supportive.
Speaking of the marketing, I mean, you've got a marketing, you both kind of got this marketing thing going on there. I'm thinking of where could this possibly go, and just really hypothetical stuff as this grows, right? You've got a community. There's a community of genuine, real people. We know these are real people. It's Estonia. We can verify these are real people who want to follow you. But there are these platforms that are not allowing it. This sort of, you can't even just say your regular stuff, not even the controversial stuff. Are there any thoughts about where does this go? Is there a platform or a place or a style? How do you keep that community together without succumbing to the American algorithm?
One thing was that we started our podcast now, so that's one way of like spreading the word and having the conversation, and also doing events, because that's something I know a bit about.
Thing or two.
But we did our opening party event in Odeon a couple of weeks ago, and it was amazing, like the vibe there. Somebody told me that this is what sex positivity looks like and feels like, so that we have like drag queens from London and some people from south of Estonia who barely know what sex positivity could mean in the same room, enjoying themselves and not judging anyone. It's about no judgment, just live and enjoy.
Safe space. I
Safe
think
space.
some people use the
Yeah,
word
that was the
safe space. So you don't have to be anyone else but yourself. And I think that's like the true meaning of self-love. When you appreciate other people who appreciate the same things. Then that is freedom, and that's love and kindness, especially kindness to each other. So when we say positivity, I think we talk a lot about kindness.
Mhm.
That's one of our keywords that we use. And curiosity. We are not saying that we know how it's the right things to do. And we're super happy when some people actually write to us like, I think it's actually the other way around. We were like, interesting.
Let me Google that.
Yeah. Christina, help us.
Yeah. She's our Google.
Yep. But
So it's about, these, not necessarily in Estonia finding a new technological platform, but connecting with real people.
I still very much believe in live and real connection and, meeting people. We'll see where
I really think you should do this
everything
more.
goes.
Do the podcast, absolutely. You got to grind that away and get those episodes out. But I'm very sure we've already had numerous examples of Estonia that these live things could work. And I think your specific demographic is not being addressed, particularly in these live events.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked nice at Odeon. I saw the pictures. It looked really nice. It's a great space for a podcast. I've always thought that would be a good room to do it in, and to get a few more people there each. Maybe I don't know, every couple of months or something. An episode every couple of weeks, and a live event every few months.
We're very much about kind of edutainment. So we give information, but also fun and entertainment. So over there we had Yasmin was performing, and then we had this amazing drag queen, Vanity Milan, who is now actually in RuPaul's UK show this season. So got him at the last moment. And then we had the podcast. So it was balance between information and entertainment.
And I think we're not super looking, but still looking for also people who we do that connect with our brands. So basically brand ambassadors who can spread the message as well. But when you think about the scape of Estonia and even the influencer scale, then also our subject is not maybe the most common subject people feel comfortable talking about. So we are slowly growing, and people are becoming more open. So we hope that in the future we will maybe, I don't know, spread the way for people feeling more comfortable, being more open about these subjects also.
Right. So what is I think we talked about it a bit before, but to come back to it again, the general feeling in Estonia right now. Oh my God, we're 30 years, we've come so far. Look at our democracy, new president, rah, rah, rah. Look how great we are. But on these issues of sexual matters, and particularly sexuality for women, it can feel a little bit back in the old days still.
Yeah, I think it does. It's younger people. When we started it, we had when we were at the drawing board, we were so we're doing this brand for young women entering to the world, basically. And then we understood that they're quite okay. They are they have so much more information than we did when we were 20. And they are more curious.
They have internet.
They do. Yeah. And they know how to use it so that it's in their advantage.
Exactly.
And then we understood that these are actually women in our age and older are the ones that are in need of this brand. So they have become our, I think, main audience. Or community members.
Yeah. There are youngers also, but basically I would also say that people a bit older, a bit younger than we are.
So 30 something. That's the
right now feels like this, yeah. But I don't know. I think there's still a lot of shame, and different opinions about it, and people are not ready to be I hate this word, vulnerable.
See, we can't even pronounce it.
No, that's my bad English. That's my bad English. Because somehow we feel that talking about sex openly makes us vulnerable to, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it. Maybe he or she or whoever listens to it, and now, what are they going to think about me? And I remember actually in the beginning when we were talking with to Riina, I was like, okay, so Riina, do you understand when we do this shit, like someone will ask us to speak in their podcast, for example, or TV, or in the newspaper, and Riina is like, yes, so I think like I can do the behind the scenes stuff more, and I like it, but I'm not really sure I'm ready to talk about sex in the TV. Definitely no, what we have done. A newspaper, no, done, and podcast, now done. So I think that the only way to go forward and to change things is to talk, and then to write a bit about it, and then talk again, and then talk,
and then talk a bit more. So it's it has been a journey for ourselves also, and it's an ongoing journey. So because with every new subject we're learning ourselves or getting new information, and also getting more comfortable with things.
It's called normalizing.
And normalizing for ourselves.
And it's like, shit, for fuck's sake, like, come on, people.
Right, does it get you down sometimes when you see the kind of backward attitudes of some people, or how do you keep that energy? Is it just your good fans that keep your energy up?
Yes, they play a big role in it, and I think the fans is exactly
why we do it.
Why we do it, because there are so many moments when you're just like,
your head is against the wall. You're like, okay, we cannot do Instagram, we cannot do Facebook, we don't have like influencers who are ready to talk about their sexuality, so what the fuck can we do? It really feels that we cannot do anything. Like, why the hell are we doing this? And then we go to our little Instagram account, and someone just sends us a review of the product, and they're like, you people, you fucking changed my life. And we're like, oh my god, no, Riina, look,
we still have to carry on doing it.
It's like carrying the cross of sexuality.
Okay, these two ladies think they're Jesus. All right.
Jesus!
We're just carrying the cross metaphor, right? Yes.
That went a bit wrong.
It's great. No, it's fantastic. This poor woman at home, Tiina-Mall hasn't given an orgasm in 15 years. She opens your box 10 minutes later, and she's off to the moon. All right, like.
They're very grateful.
I actually remember, I think one of most touching story, not the story, but the feedback our community member sent us is that she gave as a gift, she gave Vibrator to her grandmother. She was 90 years old, and she had never had an orgasm before. And now the old beautiful lady had said that this is source of her vitality, and so basically when
she's enjoying her life.
Yep, and there also been feedback that I gave it to my friend. She had never ever masturbated before, and now she says that when she doesn't, when she's been a long time away from her vibrator, she's kind of missing it.
And there's
boyfriend
stories.
Not vibrator, yes.
Well, don't know about that, but vibrator definitely.
And there's so many stories of people giving it as a gift to others, and this is also like very interesting story. I know people who have given it to their mothers, and so it's opening new conversations between people. And somebody just ordered it for her friend who went to university, to Tartu. So, people are giving it as a gift, which is so cool. And I met one customer who was who had gotten it as a gift, and she was like, "Well, it's one of my favorite gifts ever." And she was telling me like a really long story.
Did she comment on how she felt when she got it though? Was she apprehensive?
Yeah, her friends sent us a video, like, because she apparently was a big fan of our brand, and she liked all our Instagram posts and so on. So, and then when she finally got the real thing, she was very excited.
Wow.
And I think last time when I was in the hairdresser, and he was like, "Oh, are you the naked love girl?" I'm like, "You might say like that, yes." And then we started to talk. He was super cute. And then later he was like, "Okay, actually, I need to, I need a gift from my friend. So now I know what to give her." So I was like, yes, yes, yes. So people really feel that when you, and it's been part of the normalizing part, when you change the context of a sex toy, for example, and you make it a cute, small little gift box, or we call it pleasure box, people suddenly feel that it's something normal. It's something like cute, and it's like a cool thing to give to a friend.
Yeah, because people have given dildos as a gift forever, but it used to be like this carnival prank.
Like a shitty prank. It's like, let's go to a sex store and let's buy the biggest dildo there is. And they're like, fuck that shit. Yeah.
And but now it's like, so we're trying to change the concept of giving a sex toy as a gift.
Okay, into a real thing. Okay, it's nice. Do you think that is Estonia, I mean, particularly far behind when you look at the West, or do you? Because like I don't know, or is that I have this idea that in the West, we had Cosmo a long time ago, and we've done that, but what the fuck would I really know, right? Do you have some perception of the difference between Estonia and Greater Western attitudes?
I think it depends of the country probably, but we're kind of at the same place with many other countries. You have a different opinion?
I think this is the part where I say I agree to disagree.
Okay.
No, but yeah, in general, I say yes. But I think that when you look at some other cool brands, they have been doing this not for a long time, but I think they have like been, let's say, 2 steps ahead of us. But we all need to be should be 100 steps forward. So yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe I'm not saying I'm not disagreeing, but just I feel like they're a bit behind.
We're a bit behind, but not that much. Like we're not like 30 years or 40 years behind.
That's
I guess
true.
who you're comparing it to. I mean, if you compare to like Sweden, let's say, okay, fine, that's probably all pretty open, maybe some parts of America, but I mean, I guess definitely you're doing better when it's like rest of Eastern Europe.
I think that's true.
Yeah, and that has been kind of because the whole far right thing is rocking all over the world right now. So it's just, I think it's a crucial moment to have this conversation, because otherwise it might just go very south at one point. What has happened in Poland.
Sure. Ekra's going to shut down your Vibrator store. Maybe they'll come for you.
Yeah, like we should. Yeah. There was also a struggle when starting it, so they might as well shut it down.
Do you want to sell the bank story?
I can tell the bank story, yeah. But when we first started, we were doing everything together, like meeting the designer together and so on. So, but going to the bank seemed so easy thing, like going to the bank and opening the bank accounts, and that I thought that, okay, this one I can do alone, like going during my lunch break. I went to the bank and I said, like, mind that it was before we opened the shop, so I wasn't super comfortable with what we're doing. As Tiina-Mall said before, I was ready to be in the shadows. Yeah. So I went to the bank, and it's this big hall, and I was like, hello, I would like to open a bank account. They're like, okay, cool, but for a company. Okay, what sort of company? What is it doing? I was like, so we have a little gift box and like gift shop thing with one product. Okay, what is it? What is the product? I was like, what? There's a vibrator in this box, and I was like, okay, interesting. I'll have to go to the back room. And I was like, okay, cool. They go there every now and then to talk to their manager or whatever. So I was like, it happens. And then he came back, asked some more questions, and went again to that a magic place where he was going to, and I was like, okay, this is getting awkward, but okay. And then he came back and said like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't open a bank account for you. I was like, huh. And I was so shocked and I was so surprised that I couldn't even argue with him, because I was just like blown away that had happened, because it wasn't in any of my possible scenarios. Like I left and I called Tiina-Mall. I was like, you know what just happened? I couldn't open a bank account. And then I went to the office. I was like, no. Maybe I was just really bad and shy in explaining myself, like what we're doing. So I sat there, I wrote them an email explaining like the whole concept behind the shop. Like we have our blog, it's about sex education, it's about giving information. And then we have also the gift shop part where we have this pleasure box. And they were like, I got quite fast, they replied to us that, no, all is good. We understood what you're doing, but it's a no. Or if you want to open a bank account, then you have to fill this form because this is a risky business or something like this. And I was like, huh. And I was looking at the form. I was like, I'm not willing to explain myself that much. There's like, I already wrote you an email. And that was kind of my limit. So maybe if we would have pushed it more, we would have an account in LHV right now. But it was just like I felt humiliated and I felt like I was doing something wrong. And for me personally, it was just like, because I had been working on this idea by that point for like 3-4 months. And I had normalized it for myself. Or I was like, this female pleasure is something very normal. It's like half of the society should enjoy it. And they made me feel like I was doing something dirty or something that was wrong. And I was like, no, this is not happening. So we went to Swedbank and they opened us a bank account and everything.
Like in 5 minutes or
Yes.
something?
Yeah, did they ask you the same questions at Swedbank?
No, actually they didn't.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine
No,
asking.
I think they asked something.
Something they
Yeah, and
asked,
we-
but
yeah.
it wasn't that thorough.
No. Yeah, it's just super normal questions. And
Sure.
we were like, yeah, like lifestyle brand. And then we have gift box with vibrators. And there was like no big of a fuss. And actually, in LHV, what did they wrote to us? That we go under the same category as if guns, yeah?
And sex trafficking.
And sex trafficking, yeah. So maybe they got it wrong, like bullet vibrator, they got bullet. Oh shit, let's ban these bullets.
Oh my God, I'm angry just hearing that story. Angry that a company can just make a decision. You're a perfectly legal business doing a perfectly normal thing.
And
Yeah.
I had a question like in my head that if there was a white man sitting in LHV and being like, I'm gonna open a sex shop, and because I think they have bars and everything who sells, for example, alcohol. So you're like, this is bad and this is good. Who are you to decide
Next
that?
time it happens, call me and I'll go in there and try it. As a foreigner as well.
Yeah.
With the slick English, like
Yeah.
white foreign male. Let's see how far that gets. Yeah. I'll
We should
totally.
do that.
So we're like, we need, it's like damsel in distress situation,
Well,
being
yeah.
like, could this handsome man save us?
No, well, let's say we won't take their product, but we'll just do it for the interest story.
Yeah.
We won't go to whatever it is that denies you. We won't take them. Okay, we've agreed on that. But
Yeah.
I'll go in just for the joke, just for the story.
For the sake of the story. I
Just
think
for the
we're doing a
story.
lot lately for the sake of the story.
Yeah,
So-
we can
We'll
do
a bit
it.
of that. Okay. That's a good one. Yeah. What's the reaction you get when you do something, and what's the reaction that a white man would get when they do something as well? Would be very interesting.
It would.
Like an experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
So, on whom we are going to make this experiment next?
I guess next time there's a company that doesn't want to deal with you or something like
No,
that.
no,
or
I'm
there's
just
something-
thinking like who is like which one could be the suspect?
We will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. It's got. I mean, it's difficult anytime you get a Like, I mean, I can't even imagine for you guys. Like, I got a parking fine the other day and I was angry. Like, because, you know, Euro Park just go like, no, 40 euros. Oh, fuck you. It's just 40 euros only because they haven't got any money in the pandemic. Because nobody's driving anymore. So you need the same profit. So you jack up that. All because I forgot to put my fucking thing on the window. And I'm angry enough just about that. It's not even like a fundamental matter of sexuality and human beingness and you know, who you are as people, right? I can't, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the man's problem. We never get our fundamental worth or our fundamental being questioned. So we're angry at useless shit.
Interesting idea. No, because before doing that brand, I probably never thought so thoroughly about my privileges, which I have, and also which I don't have. This has opened our eyes.
Yeah, and I think like maybe it's not just about women that are not ready to talk about sexuality like in an open, honest level without
vulnerable.
Vulnerable level without any jokes being made, not some like making it, I don't know, sexual. It's also about men, because when we talked about it, we had super nice support from our male friends, and even now, like in Instagram, I think the fastest answers and likes pop up from our male guys, like the community people who are
men.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are good guys in this community.
They're super
as
good
well.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like.
And who are saying like, yeah, fuck yeah, sex positivity is like super important. We need to talk more about it. And I already have your socks. Please make hoodies now and t-shirts. Like, I want to wear your message. I don't want to use your vibrator. I'm sorry. But like, girls, do something that I want to support. And they came to our event also. And we really feel the support. And actually, that is also one of our goals, to change the general attitude at some point. We cannot do it yet, but like piece by piece by piece, we hope that people feel more comfortable and they're willing to be more open. So that's our goal, to normalize the shit out of sexual subjects, and to understand and to make people understand that in Estonia, people are so goddamn fucking angry all the time. We're so fucking angry. Yeah, it is. We thought that Russians are the one who are angry. I think Estonians are more angry, like this deep anger.
Yeah, it's a deep anger. Russian is just like in a moment.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, like, and then
they get it out.
Yeah,
they're like, I hate you. Oh, no, I like you. But yeah, Estonians are like,
everything is bad.
Yeah, and what our message is, that absolutely everything is fucking normal until you have consent. Like, do what the hell you want. You like women, you like men, you like sex, you don't like sex, you don't want to have sex. It's okay. You don't achieve orgasms every time. That is also fine. You don't need to go and, I don't know, make it a holy grail that you can, when you have sex and you don't orgasm, something went wrong or it's bad or whatever. No, everything is okay. It just needs to like be, I don't know, again, the stupid word, comfortable with yourself and everything you do. But yes, please ask consent. Yeah.
True. Important. A little bit important. I mean, is it just this keeping on going? Is it just the grind of it, for lack of a better term? Like the consistency, sorry, it's probably a better term. Yeah. The consistency of your message to be doing these events, to doing that. Is that how you see it going, to just continue forward?
Well, we should have our own TV show, okay? Some point in the future, probably. But
well, when we started, we were making those making of pictures, so that when we end up in Forbes, then we have pictures. Which
is embarrassing a bit, but
and you don't need a TV show, podcast. There's only one episode, isn't there?
Yeah, we just started it.
Yeah, you need more episodes. Just keep doing those. You two, the two of you talking, and then you got a few guests on, and then Christina comes on. Okay, maybe she's busy. She's got all the time. Just do that one. Just get that going. I'm sure that's a surefire winner. Turn that into events, as you know how to do. People will want to come and see that. We know that very well in Estonia. Yeah.
And I think we also, like, a little spoiler alert, we will change the story a bit. That right now we have only one main product, but I think in the future we will have one main product for each, how do I say, purpose?
Yeah, like... Yeah. So we have like level 1 and then there's level 2 and so on.
Oh, you're saying advanced level, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
More
it's
than
like
just that.
you have mastered level 1.
Right.
So
go to level B.
Okay, so we've got plans in the works for the next level, the next product, let's say.
Yeah.
Now, what I like about the way you present it is I like the warmness that you present about it, the openness that you present about it. But I mean, ultimately, you're a business buying products, selling products, and you've got to get out there and find distributors and makers of these things. And you need to find, obviously, you only want to sell good quality products as well. So you've probably had some journey to actually discover who are our suppliers, find the good quality ones. Of course, you want to get the best ones. And then you've got to, you're like any company. You got to deal with stock coming in. You got to buy that stock. You got to store that stock. You got to ship that stock out. Sorry to break the bubble behind everyone's, we're all singing and dancing, happy with our sexuality. But there's a real business running underneath here as well.
Yeah. Underneath Riina's bed.
Yep, our storage space...
but it's getting small because the orders are getting bigger.
Yeah,
so
currently it's under my bed, so you need to keep them somewhere.
Yeah, sure. I remember in the beginning when we made our first order of the vibrators, Jesus Christ, and we were like, so how many vibrators should we actually order? So we were like, if we order like few hundred and think if we won't sell like none of them, what the hell will we do to them? And then Riina said, we can use them as decorations in the parties. So I was like, yeah, but that's not even the worst case. Like, okay, yeah. So, but we have refilled.
We have sold out two times by now. Yeah,
that's great. That's really good.
And restocked, and we have had very many conversations with Chinese people.
Yeah.
And
I call her China Riina.
Because during the when
that
she was
that sounds better in Estonian. Riina.
Oh my god! I haven't even translated. Oh my god!
I thought that's how you did it. I was like, that sounds even better. That's where it comes from.
And Tiina-Mall, it's like Tiina-Mall, Tiina-Mall. So wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how did we do it, but actually we managed to find the most normal and sweetest Chinese vibrator
company
girls.
Their main product actually is human look-alike sex dolls.
Okay. Yeah, the huge ones.
Okay, the big ones.
Yeah.
Like full size?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also just buy like body parts, but
whatever
works
like.
for you.
Okay, cool.
Everything is okay until there's consent.
Yes.
So the avatar that I'm talking to, this is a sex doll.
Cindy was her name?
Yeah, her name is Cindy.
Yeah.
And then at one point, Cindy told me that she's going to the baby leave. So maternity leave. Yeah, that she was pregnant. Okay. So
our sex doll got pregnant.
So that had like quite many meta levels. I was quite confused. I was just sitting there. I was like...
At least you know you got a real person.
Yeah. But it was like, because we have time difference with China, so I usually woke up around like 7 or before that and like made coffee and started to talk to them. And then like if the first information that you get at 7 in the morning is that your sex doll is pregnant, then you're like, okay, so what does this birthday bring next? Like... Bring it on.
But they're sweet. They send us in the beginning, for example, they send us a blessing. Like, like China, people are blessing your business. We're like, oh.
So they are blessing us, and they, as much as they're blessing us, there's also many cultural differences, and
to say the least.
And it has been journey. Let's just say that I'm really happy with the company that we have, and by now, and I really don't want to change.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this from.
But we will.
I'm sure they're not listening. It's okay. I don't think the
no,
sex
the
dolls
thing is
listen
that
to the
like we're.
podcast.
That would be interesting. Imagine like there's a bunch of sex dolls in China listening to Louis's
That's all my
podcast.
listeners. I got 200 listeners per episode. It's just sex dolls in China.
So that would be interesting. Like they're using your podcast to program them.
Program the AI.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
A new business idea, maybe.
Yeah.
Could be. So it's difficult to make these contacts with the Chinese people, but I mean, okay, fair enough. You got to change your suppliers sometimes. You got to mix it up for a bunch of regions, but it's hard, right? You can't see them. You can't go and talk. If you wanted to right now, you probably couldn't even go
Yeah,
there.
I don't know if we were looking like also from Europe, the producers.
Yeah, but we
and
ended up in China. Like every
like
Did you
every
follow?
company we thought that was
Yeah,
European,
exactly.
we ended up learning that actually their main production came from China.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we went straight to the
No one's
source.
making vibrators in Europe.
there might be,
Yeah.
but for example, the price part
Yeah,
is one of
okay.
our key, not our selling point. We don't emphasize that, but it's an entry-level product. So, for example, there are a lot of good vibrator brands in Estonia that are like premium. We are not saying that ours is the best. No. We are saying that it's like the super good first one to get to know yourself, because it's only 32 euros, the gift box. So it's not like something you have to pay
It's like a major
100,
investment.
150. So because when maybe even if it's your first sex toy, you're like, okay, it's not a huge investment if I even don't like it, and I can just like, I will survive. So yeah, but in the future, when you're talking about producing it in Europe, then I think, yeah, it needs to be looked at and needs a different strategy.
Sure, I can understand the price is going to go up if you're happy
Yeah.
with that. So interesting. I mean, that's what's cool. Like, there's a whole business. I mean, it's a real business behind it. That you've had to develop this, just like any business is.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
well.
at
And
first we started like we had this massive drawing on my wall where we like draw down the whole
Yeah, did the value
strategy.
propositions to really understand like what are the gains that people are going to gain when they buy our product, when they engage with our brand. What are the pains that we ease actually? Like what is the good that we are doing, if there is at all? And who are the people we are talking about? Yes, this is changing a bit in the future, and it's changing currently because we take in all the feedback that is coming. And for example, we thought maybe the what was the thing? We thought that the color was super important, and then we did a bit research, and everyone is like, no, actually it's not. We're like, interesting feedback. So let's calm down with the color part.
That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Okay. What is the most important feature for people then?
What was it? I think it was the size,
Okay.
the material, definitely the
Okay.
material.
Sure.
and that you can charge it and you don't need
yeah.
to use the batteries.
Yes.
Okay. Is your current one is rechargeable? Isn't
Yeah.
it? I
Yes.
think. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And waterproof. I think even that was also one of the
But what do you
criterias.
think, which color is more popular, pink one or purple one?
Oh,
Louis?
they're very similar colors. I think I go with purple.
We thought the same,
Okay, but pink is.
but it's pink. Yes.
Wow, I thought pink would be too stereotyped. I was gonna be like, nah.
But it's like a super soft baby pink. So it's actually not typical pink that we're used to see in, I don't know, pornography.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's
Because in the beginning it came in that color,
Okay.
like super neon pink. And then we were like, ooh, this is a bit too aggressive, I think so. So yeah, Riina was in action and changed the color.
and also we have our logo on the on our
Vibrators.
vibrator.
Okay.
So
On
that
the-
was also another
Oh yeah.
challenge to get our logo on the vibrator.
Oh, okay. Into the material, is it actually
Yeah.
like in the
Yeah.
material?
It's pressed in.
Pressed in the material,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And is it how to say, on which end of the vibrator is your logo?
The button.
The button end, the
button,
other
yeah.
end. Okay,
Yeah.
not the main end. Let's
Yeah.
say. The other end.
The other end.
Second
yeah.
end.
I was just wondering how audacious it would be to put your logo on the other
Oh.
end.
Why not?
For the next product.
Okay, so materials is important, sure. Okay, color, not so much. So size, I guess shape then is related as well. So are you thinking with when you talk about the next product will be the next level up or the more advanced model, one might say, does that change
I wouldn't
the shape?
maybe say it's more advanced.
Okay.
It's just different
Different style.
Area.
Sure.
area.
Or type.
Yeah.
But I think just to give it a head up or hinge, maybe to say it like this, we are not done with the clitoris yet.
Okay.
There is still more to come.
Yeah.
That should be the
Literally.
motto of you
Literally.
two. It should be
Yeah.
the motto of every man out there, every woman who's also into it. We're not done with the clitoris yet.
We are not done. We promise we are not done.
Put that on a t-shirt. That's what the Naked Love t-shirt is. Clitoris.
Actually, one of I think main slogan is we came, now it's your turn.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And when the package arrives, it's on the package. It's like, I arrived, now it's your time. I came.
Yeah, and from the very beginning, we decided that we're not going to be a discreet brand.
Oh yeah.
Because usually, like sex shops promote themselves that our product arrives really discreetly.
Discreet packaging.
Yeah, and we're like, no, nothing discreet here.
Oh my god, yes. Remember the first, actually, guys, sorry guys. Again, when we were talking about our webpage, we contact the webpage builder, designer, and he was like, super sweet guy, but he was like, yes, I totally get what you want, girls. I totally get it. Like, I just did a beauty salon or some beauty industry clinic or something, and I was like, oh, really cool. So how do you see our webpage should look like? And he was like this, how do you say, super discreet, and we were like, exactly the opposite. So bye. But yeah.
And then we met Ann,
Right.
who is actually also in Comment Estonia.
Oh, Anvida.
Yes.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah, she made
Yeah.
our website.
Oh,
Shout
great.
out to Anne.
Oh, fuck yeah. I didn't know Anne did
Yeah.
that. Right on.
Anne is
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is. And she
Yeah.
is fucking funny too. Like, she is really like, her bits are getting amazing. Like when she drops her half hour, it's going to be great. Really, really great.
Awesome. And she also makes really good websites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Not just the design. She actually does the coding bit as well.
She actually did the coding
Yeah.
part because
Pia
design
did
was
the
done
design.
by Pia.
Ah.
So yeah, she was from our main.
Initial crew.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but she, like, the first time we met, we instantly knew that she understood and she loves the cause and she got behind the brand. And that's what that was the moment we knew that everything we do, we want to do it with people who are not just like, yeah, it's a nice money or not so much, but whatever, but let's just do it. But yeah, fuck that attitude. We want people who believe in the cause.
Sure.
And I think that's maybe one of the rightest things we have done.
Yeah.
That we include people who give a fuck.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, really, like, all the people we have, all the good collaborations we have had.
Yeah,
have
our
been with
latest
people-
podcast, Sammal and Kristin, super
Yes.
cool people.
Yeah, like all those people whom we have had good collaborations have been people who share our message. So, you know.
And the Instagram collabs. Yeah, we
Yeah.
said maybe, I don't want to diminish people who actually have shared our content and influencers. They do it because they believe in it. So
And there have been so cool stories that
Oh,
they have
yes.
done, and
And
again, like, very humbling experience.
And it's super interesting. Every time, no, we haven't done it a lot yet, but when we send packages to people and be like, oh, you can do the unboxing if you like, and then we're like, okay, how do people do it? And there have been like super amazing, bold unboxing things that we're like, holy shit, even I wasn't thinking about it. Like, girls, you rock it. So
And you enable them to do that by having that non-discrete packaging in the first place.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
gave them something interesting to unbox.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody orders many things, then it comes in a very glittery envelope. Like you cannot not see it. And our box is also like because we don't extra pack the box, so there's clitoris on top of it. So you know. But at the same time, I think many people don't know how clitoris looks like. So somebody asked
male
us,
people.
and female.
I mean, like male people who are like dropping mails. Post person.
Because first when we did our logo, then we showed it to people, and then we were like, "So, how do you like the logo?" And people were like, "Okay." Why do you have a hanger like the? Is it hanger, right?
I was thinking of where you hang your clothes on.
Okay. Yeah. Like a clothes hanger or something.
Yeah.
Clothes hanger. Yeah.
Why do you have that one on your on your box on your logo? Or like.
And then we looked at it and we're like, shit. Clitoris do look like clothes hangers. So we were like, no, girl, actually, this is your clitoris. And they were like, oh, shit.
Really? That's big.
Yeah. I thought it's more like a bean-sized thingy.
And then you're like, no, it's actually 12 to 15 centimeters. And they're like, huh? Where? And the people are just like,
and I'm not surprised because Riina sent me a photo from Tervishoiu Museum, I think just like a few weeks ago, and she was like, haha, Tiina-Mall, look at this. Do you know what it is? I'm like looking at sort of a female
the graphic or like
anatomy. And Riina is like, look at the clitoris, and like, oh, here goes the little beanie again, because like we even don't have the correct she said
terminology.
The graphics in Tervishoiu Museum.
Oh right, yeah.
I don't know why I can't say the word graphics, but like a proper illustration. Yeah. A sculpture or whatever. You're at Tervishoiu Museum. God damn, figure out. So we're missing the clitoris there.
Maybe that's something you could contribute to them. You could send them one of your glittery boxes or something.
Yeah. So maybe we would like to have our drawing next to your drawing.
Let's.
It's done by Pia Martin. It's really nice. So would you like to have it there? We can give it for free.
Yeah, it actually looks like this.
So it's as you can see, like the whole conversation is very many steps behind, and even if it it goes back to like sex education in school and so on. So like because like when I was in high school, then it was just like we had this really old teacher who was like in biology. She was just like, and this part we will skip. You can read it yourselves if you want. And that was my whole sex education. So I was like, okay, if I want, I can read it myself. So, but actually, I was wondering today when we were coming here, I was like, how was sex education in Australia? Like for you, what do you remember from it?
I went to a very public school in the countryside. So really public, a bit rough. Not too rough. We didn't get beaten up, but a little bit rough. And minimal. First of all, boys and girls were separated.
Okay.
I think I have a vague memory of a teacher showing a cucumber. Maybe, or was that a memory I've been implanted? Like that's it. Like really not much more than that. We did not get any strong lessons. We didn't even get any money. Okay, so
it, and that kind of answers the question,
how far behind are we? Not that.
Well, the whole world is far behind.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole world is far behind. It doesn't even matter that we were like part of Soviet Union and all that stuff. Just everyone kind of like skipped very important part of being a human being. So
how are we supposed to know? Right at the time, I was just like, I don't know, this is weird. I don't know what this is, and it was like a joke, like not even like a joke, clearly not taken seriously.
Yeah,
everyone's a bit awkward. Let's just get it over. Who knows? And we're like, we suspected the girls were getting a better education. We just thought the boys were chucked into a room and you're like, okay, whatever, the cucumber, you know what goes on. I suspect that the girls got a little bit more, but I don't know.
Probably they just got to know how not to get pregnant.
Yeah.
That's all they tell you.
Diseases and not getting pregnant.
So basically just don't have sex. Is that what they teach to girls?
Yeah, they made sex scary for us. Like literally, if you're gonna have sex, you're gonna get ill, a disease, or pregnant. So please avoid sex. Like basically the message was like this. Or it was like super weird and like weird stories. I went to Lasnamäe school. So there was this, I would say there were like quite brutal teachers as well. But I remember one time we were in art class. Everyone was like doing their little drawings and something. And then the teacher was like, so boys and girls, today we are gonna talk about some very important subjects. Everyone was like, okay, some maybe colors or how to mix colors. And everyone's like, yeah, so what's up? And the teacher was like, so you know that there will be this sort of time in your near future when girls are going to put mattresses to their pants. And everyone is like, what the fuck is going on? And then she was like super like I don't know, smiling and
beaming.
Beaming of happiness. She was like, and guys and boys and girls, this is not a bad thing. Like, because like think of the situation when a girl jumps over the fence and she's stuck in the fence and it doesn't even hurt because she has this mattress in her pants. and then everyone is like, why will there be a mattress in my pants?
Why am I jumping over a fence in Lasnamäe?
Yeah.
So many questions.
Yeah, everyone was like shocked, but she was like, she was done. She was like, and now carry on. Paint. Everyone was like, so yeah, that was my sex education.
Do you ever find out, like, is that part of the syllabas, or she just decided to do it that day, or why
Maybe
is it in
somebody
art class?
had they had done in the teacher's room, like, so who is going to talk, tell them about
maybe,
the
but
period?
I think she went off-road with that one.
Okay.
Really?
I think so, yeah. Because our probably there were some talks in the gymnastic teacher, like, yeah, I don't know. Something there was, but
Who got the short straw? Okay, it's you this time. Okay.
Yeah, that was just awkward.
Yeah, so it's not rocking anywhere apparently. This talk, but now nowadays we have Kristina. So they are. She's going to schools every now and then. And
proper sex educator.
Yeah, giving some insight, but she also says that the level is. Very uneven, so it's some schools are like the students know, like, have had many talks and they know quite a lot, and sometimes the teachers are like, so if you could talk about diseases and absence, then it would be great. Thank you. And she's like, that's not my thing to talk only about diseases. So yep.
Whew, we've been going for a while now. So I think maybe we'll wrap it up there. Thank you. This has been tremendous to hear your story, hear all the backstory, and you're fighting the good fight. This is great. I don't know what I can do as a man. All I can do is I'll do as a man. Sit back and let it happen. Men, if you're out there feeling weird, just sit back and fucking let it happen. That's all you have to do. Nothing. Right? Nothing. You are more than capable of handling this. Thank you both for coming in here.
Thank you for inviting.
And you're doing a good thing by having that conversation. That's very important. So you're not doing nothing.
All right, I've done something. Oh, I'm not following my own advice. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.